Hello children, I welcome you all to our special English hour. Here we learn lots of new things, and while learning these things, we also have fun. Are you ready for some fun? Let's get started. Children, we all know that it is very important for all of us to learn new words. So now let's learn some new words. We will see these words in the lesson when we read it. So I request you to please make a note of these words in your notebooks. Brisk, brisk, brisk. Brisk walking is very good for health. Discard, discard, discard. We should discard bad people from our lives. Diverse, diverse, diverse. India has a very diverse culture. Revives, revives, revives. Drinking a glass of fresh juice revives our energy. Sumptuous, sumptuous, sumptuous. We attended a sumptuous wedding. So children, today we learned 5 new words. Let's revise them. Brisk, diverse, discard, revive and sumptuous. I hope that you remember these words, and I hope that you have made a note of these words in your notebooks. Children, now it's time for us to read a lesson. The name of the lesson is Festivals of Northeast India. I request you to please open page number 98 of your textbook. So I will be reading this lesson, and I request you to point at the words as I read them. And if you don't have a textbook, listen to me carefully. Festivals of Northeast India. Read about how different festivals are celebrated in the northeastern states of India. The northeast region of India, consisting of 7 states, is a place of diverse cultures. The different communities and tribes celebrate their unique festivals with great enthusiasm and joy. Many of their festivals are based on agriculture, and no celebration is complete without the traditional music and dance. Children, today we are going to learn about the different festivals which are celebrated in the 7 northeastern states of India. Can you name the 7 northeastern states? Yes, they are Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Manipur, Nagaland and Tripura. Now, I have another question for you. What are these 7 states also known as? Can you all tell me? Yes, these 7 states are also known as the 7 sisters. These 7 states have various tribes living in different communities, and each tribe has its own unique culture. Most of the festivals celebrated in these 7 states are associated with agriculture, and you must see the cultural influence that these festivals carry. No celebration of any of these festivals is complete without dance and music. The folk music that is used in these festivals is unique to everyone. Blessed with lush greenery and the mighty river Brahmaputra, the people of Assam have a lot to celebrate. So, Bihu is the chief festival of this state. It is celebrated by people of all religions, castes or tribes. The 3 different sets of Bihu mark the beginning of the harvesting season, the completion of sowing and the end of the harvest season. The Bihu dance is a joyous one performed by both young men and women and is not noted for its brisk steps and hand movement. Unusual instruments provide traditional music for the dance. The dhol, which is similar to a drum, the pepa, a wind instrument made from a buffalo horn, cymbals and bamboo clapper. The songs have been handed down through many generations. Bihu competitions held all over Assam attract visitors and locals alike in large numbers. Children, we will start by exploring each and every state. We will start with the state of Assam. In Assam, Bihu is the major festival. This festival is celebrated during the 3 stages of farming. It is celebrated before harvest, it is celebrated after the sowing of the seeds, and it is celebrated after the end of the harvest. This festival is very big and there are many traditions involved in this festival, one of which being music and dance. Bihu is considered to be incomplete without its folk Bihu music and dance. The songs that are sung during this festivals have been passed down from generation to generation. This goes on to prove that Assam is very rich in its culture and tradition. During the celebration of Bihu, there are many competitions that are held in this state. And to see these competitions, people come from all over the country. Living further north in the mountainous region of the Himalayas, Arunachal Pradesh finds a mention in the ancient literature of the Puranas and Mahabharata. Nature has provided the people of this region with a deep feeling for beauty which can be seen in their festivities, songs and dances. The New Year festival called Losar is perhaps the most important festival in certain areas of Arunachal. On this occasion, people clean out their homes to bring in the new year and to discard the old. Now, let's move a little north of Assam and we will enter the state of Arunachal Pradesh. This state has also been mentioned in ancient Indian texts. We will find the mention of Arunachal Pradesh in our Puranas. Mahabharata is one such Purana where we find the mention of Arunachal Pradesh. This region is surrounded by the Himalayas and it is blessed with beauty. The people of Arunachal Pradesh also appreciate this beauty and they do this through their culture, which involves music and dance. Losar is the most popular festival of this region. It is also known as the New Year of this region. Before this festival, people clean out their homes and discard everything that is evil because they want to welcome good fortune in their homes. Doesn't this festival remind you of something? Yes, it is Diwali. Diwali is celebrated all over the country, but the style of celebration is similar to that of Losar. If you remember, before Diwali, we also clean our homes, wear good attire on the day of the Diwali and try to welcome good fortune. A charming festival of Manipur, Ningol Chakoba, binds and revives the relationship between married girls and their parents. The women and their children are given a sumptuous feast and gifts. During Cherauba, the Manipur New Year festival in April, people clean and decorate their houses and prepare special festive dishes. As part of the ritual, the villagers climb the nearest hilltops for they believe that this will help them rise to a higher plane in this life. Now, let's talk about Manipur. Manipur has two major festivals. First is Ningal Chakoba and second is Cherauba. Ningal Chakoba is a very unique festival. I don't think you would see a festival like this being celebrated in any other part of the country. During this festival, there are traditions that are involved which bind and revives the relationship between a married daughter and her parents. Have you ever heard of any such festival? I haven't. The second festival that is very popular in this state is Cherauba. This is the new year of the state of Manipur. During this festival, people clean their houses and wear good clothes. Some people climb the top of the hill because there is a tradition involved. It is believed that if you stand on top of the hill, you will get prosperity in your life. Isn't it interesting? The Spring Festival or Chapchar Koot is an important occasion mostly celebrated in Mizoram. Men and women of all ages wearing traditional dresses and headgear perform folk dances and sing traditional songs on this occasion. Drums, gongs, and cymbals add to the festive air. Now, let's talk about the state of Mizoram. Mizoram is very famous for its Spring Festival. This festival is also known as Chapchar Koot. For this festival, every member of the family, from kids to elders, dress up. They wear their traditional dresses and traditional headgear. And then all of them come together and sing traditional songs and also dance to it. Wangala or the 100 Drum Festival is the most important festival celebrated by the Garos in the villages of Meghalaya. This harvest festival is celebrated to mark the end of a period of hard work, which naturally brings a good harvest. The dance performed during the festival has two parallel lines, one of men and the other of women, clad in their festive costumes. While the men beat the drums, the lines of dancers move forward together in a rhythmic manner. Children, now let's move to our fifth state. This is the state of Meghalaya. In this state, Wangala is the most famous festival. It is celebrated to mark the end of the harvest season. All the men and women participate in this festival. They wear new clothes and sing traditional songs and dance to it. The main feature of festivals in Tripura is that all people join in the celebrations. Many of the dances performed during some of the festivities represent hunting, fishing, food gathering, and various other activities. Some of the festivals attract people from all over India. There are many festivals that are celebrated in the state of Tripura. People from all over the country come to see some of these festivals and the way they are celebrated. Hardly a month passes in any of the 7 states without a festival or two. Most of them have a religious importance or significance, as the people offer thanks to the gods for a good harvest, to prosperity, or ask for protection against calamities. But these celebrations also help to encourage cultural and artistic activities and bring out the natural talent of the people. Children, we just saw the different festivals that are celebrated widely in these 7 states. What we saw was most of these festivals are associated with farming or nature, and people offer their thanks to the gods and goddesses for giving them a good harvest, which goes on to prove that even in today's time, people worship nature, and that is one of the best form of celebration of festivals. I hope you enjoyed this lesson and I hope that you learned something new. Children, wasn't it an informative lesson? Now, let's do an activity. This activity is called adjective forms. I will give you an example. On your screens, you will see a few words. If we have a look at the first word, it says diversity. Now, diversity is a noun form. And how do I identify that? To identify the noun form, we add the word the before the word that is given. अगर हमें किसी शब्द का नाउन फॉर्म ढूंढना हो तो हम उस शब्द के पीछे द ऐड करते हैं. So, if I say the diversity of India is vast, it will be noun form. Now, if I want to change the noun form to its adjective form, I will have to add the words to be. जैसे हमने नाउन फॉर्म के लिए द ऐड किया, वैसे उस शब्द के एडजेक्टिव फॉर्म के लिए मुझे टू बी ऐड करना पड़ेगा. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट द एडजेक्टिव फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ड डाइवर्सिटी विल बी diverse, because if I add to be, it becomes to be diverse. Sounds easy? Now, as I said, on your screens, you will see a few words and you have to write the adjective forms of these words. Sounds easy? Let's give it a try. Children, were you able to create the adjective forms? Let's have a look. As we saw, the first word was diversity. Its adjective form is diverse. The second word was festival. Its adjective form is festive. The third word is joy. Its adjective form is joyous or joyful. The fourth word is variety. Its adjective form is various. But for this word, it depends on the subject or the sentence. Now, the fifth word, which is tradition. The adjective form of tradition is traditional. And the last word, which is mountain. The adjective form of mountain is mountainous. Children, I hope that you got all the answers correct. Children, wasn't it an interesting activity? I hope that you learned something new from this activity. Children, I hope that you enjoyed today's session. Today is the last day of our 8th standard and I would like to thank you all for attending this session. On that note, I will take your leave. I hope you continue staying home and staying safe. Bye-bye.